Hi, this is Shadi, and today we will be discussing an arrest footage in Japan that happened, and particularly the stand-up aspect of it really stood out to me. There was just a very graceful judo, in my opinion, really taking into consideration the safety of the suspect or the person that's making trouble. But before I do that, I want to say just one thing. You can skip into the technique part if you want, but there's something that I really want to say. This is a very sensitive topic and a lot can go wrong. This is such a gray area, and I don't think you need someone like me to tell you that generalizing is not a good thing. So please, I know a lot of law enforcement. You know a lot of law enforcement people. They have families. They have children. Not all of them are just out to basically inflict their psychopathy, so to speak, on people. And I know a lot of them really do it because they want to serve their community and their country. So please, before I start this video, please remain courteous in the comments towards, anyone, and basically towards each other. So please, I know this is a sensitive topic, so I picked out an incident that it's very soft. It's not very violent, and there's no violence in the footage whatsoever, but there's just a lot of cool judo that happened. So without further ado, let's start. So the incident, like I said, took place in Japan. Here you can see the guy in the white shirt is the suspect. If you watch the footage, you can clearly see he's intoxicated and he is a bit out of control. You can see the two officers immediately restraining his arms. He's really not in a good mood. So here you can see the officer really take him to the side, then drops him down. I would say this is a bit too much because keep in mind this is the pavement and he can land on the back of his head in a not so good way. So the first one here, very reminiscent of your kime no kata, or your first self-defense kata. In the 1880s, I believe, the same takedown happened, but here this is from a kneeling position. Here you have the arm that's isolated, and then you drop them down. You can easily drop into a gatame, and also it can be a bit reminiscent to your irimi nage in aikido. Irimi means enter, and nage throw, entering throw. So the situation continues. They pick him back up. They're not nice by any means, but they're not very violent as well, which is good. So here you can see, takes him down. Apparently he's starting some trouble. Let's see it again. Rapes away from the outside with the help of the other officers being controlling his upper body. So this is your osotogari. So osotogari is your major outer reap, probably the first technique you will learn and the last technique you will master. So what happens is you go to the outside and you reap away. You really have to launch your leg backwards and upwards and push down with your legs. Now, if I may intervene and add an opinion, I would much rather use, in terms of an arrest, an osoto otoshi. Let me explain. Osoto otoshi is the same, but the leg does not reap away backwards and upwards, but rather it goes deep to the back and use it to basically trip someone. It remains pinned to the ground, and then you push down with the upper body, which really allows you to have a far more controlled takedown. So you just plant your leg deep back and with kuzushi, and you just drop them down nice and easy. Obviously with the help of the other officers, it can be done very safely for both police officer and the potential troublemaker. So again, I would much rather pick osoto otoshi. So here he is down. You have one controlling the legs, one controlling the upper body, or trying to control the upper body. The guy is clearly intoxicated and doesn't know what he's doing. He's not planning to stop. So here, again, one is controlling the legs, one the upper body. The knee thing just came up yesterday in my comment section. Notice where the knee is. I think you get the reference. And here they control the arms. They're being not nice, like I said, but nonetheless, they're not violent. And they're really taking his safety into consideration. They're pinning him down now. Again, I picked this because it's not violent. There's nothing much going on. and the suspect is somewhat intoxicated. So here he is like put in a like a blanket, I don't know what that is, wrapped up completely and taken away. He could not resist. He is completely controlled and he cannot do anything. This is basically it. If you want to click, you can click off, but I would just want to say again, please remain courteous towards the subject. This is a very gray area. Let's not generalize towards anyone, people of a certain profession or a particular community. We are all just trying to live our lives, make a living, live happily. I know there's a lot of good and bad people everywhere you look in this world. So this really brings me back to what Henner Gracie says. First of all, I really appreciate what he's doing, especially when the incidents like this come up, as always, and he's quick to say that with proper training we can eliminate all this, because for several reasons. With proper training, as you just saw here with the takedowns and with the arrest, you saw that no one got hurt basically, and regardless of how much of a threat he wasn't meaning to stop by any means, as you just saw him. And yet he was taken away very safely. A lot of people can just say, he's not planning to stop, then I'm just going to use weapons or brute force and then just take him out. And here, luckily, they did not do that. It was under the influence, I would assume, and nothing happened basically. So this is something that's really important. And Henner says, like I said, proper training really prevents all these incidents. And two, it can also reveal who is out there to just inflict pain or just discriminate against someone, because when you are properly trained, people should know how it's truly done, and when you do it in a very violent way and the situation is assessed properly and it turns out that you are being incredibly violent, then your place is not within the force, and you need someone to control you. Again, not saying that life-threatening things doesn't happen. It happens all the time, and sometimes you need to use your firearm, and unfortunately someone has to probably lose their life or get seriously injured, and that happens. But talking about most of the cases, it really shows, it's a character reveal. Whenever we say about talking judo, jiu-jitsu, whatever, we often say the same thing. It's a character reveal. When you lose, when you win, it really shows your character, and also it really helps to make you a far more controlled person. And this is exactly what we need, especially with these really controversial and sensitive incidents that happen in our community. So please, I'll say it again, remain courteous with each other in the comment section. And if there's anything you'd like to add about the footage or any other incident as well, please let me know down below. This was Shadi, and as always, thank you for listening.